Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Connor. Here, my father,
Kevin.
And Dad, what do you know about Billy Woods?
Oh,
Nothing.
I know his name.
That's it.
That is it.
Not-
I know the name.
You know the name, but that's it.
Don't know what Billy Woods is about.
So I'm in a similar boat as you. I don't know much about Billy Woods until recently.
What happened?
So I came across his record Maps. It's his newest record, and I discovered it because I loved the cover art. I thought it was really cool. You checked it out before we started filming.
Yes. Yep.
You guys can see it right here. It's got like the whole airplane theme with, you know, all the, it looks like a safety thing that you get on the airplane.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really cool. So I was like, I'm going to check it out. Why not?
Yeah.
And it got high praise when it was released last year. So I was like, I might as well give it a listen. I fell in love with this record. And I was like, damn, this Billy Woods guy, he's must be this new upcoming rapper that's going to make some noise in the underground.
I have a feeling this is going somewhere.
I was totally wrong. There's not a lot known about him. He doesn't show his face.
Yeah.
He blurs his face.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah. So
it's like a Sia thing.
Yeah, you don't know what he looks like. I went on Wikipedia to see his age. It says he's between 46 and 47 years old. They don't even know his birthday.
Wow.
And he started a like kind of record label collective back in the early 2000s. I read that Operation Doomsday, MF Doom's first record, kind of inspired him, and he made his own label called Backwoodz Studioz, I think. But he's had a lot of records, solo records, collab stuff. He's been doing stuff since 2003, I think. And I'm just finding out about him now. And
That's exciting for me that there's somebody you're just finding out about.
Yeah, and he's close to your age.
Yes, that's even better.
Maps is a collaborative studio album by rapper Billy Woods and producer Kenny Segal. It was released through Backwoodz Studioz. Maps is a concept album about Woods' experiences as a touring musician. Woods has described Maps as a post-pandemic album, as he was inspired to write it during the crowded touring schedule he undertook after the COVID restrictions were lifted in North America and Europe. The album has been characterized as a travelogue, focusing less on any specific destination and more so on the experience of rapidly and repeatedly traveling from one unfamiliar location to another.
Oh, you've got me. This is exciting.
Yeah. Maps portrays travel as an experience that can often lead to alienation, but that is also capable of providing escape and adventure. Woods has compared the album's narrative to that of the hero's journey and emphasizes that its arc concludes with a return to home. Track number 1, Kenwood Speakers.
Aftermarket speakers in the saddle, beater, but they can't catch you. Binoculars to their peepers, wide tap sound like Boozle Banton. Every time things going good, having to laugh, have to remember God's a hater. Crocodile tears for 10 years plus, don't do me no favors.
I was going to ask you the question before we listen to this. Is it got a Mad Libby type of production?
Party with the neighbors,
On this song, a little bit.
Skate wing, brown butter, and capers. I hear they found him in the morning, hose run from the exhaust pipe.
Wow. That was short.
Yeah, that's a short intro
yeah.
To get into the record. But yeah, you'll definitely want to like look over these lyrics as you're going. I'm sure you'll catch some of the references and double entendres.
Yeah.
As we're going.
Or quadruple?
Or quadruple, what Drake said on that fucking diss track.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll catch some of them, but definitely the lyrics are a really high point on this record. So let's keep going. Track number 2, Soft Landing.
Oh, I like the vibe. You feel like you're somewhere busy, eh?
Yeah.
Excuse me, on those drinks? It's 211 on the daiquiris. It ruins the whole whole day when my baby mother mad at me. Spliff could probably jump your car battery. Head in the loud clouds, both feet on the fucking pavement. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. From up here, the lakes is puddles. The land unfold, brown and green. It's a quiet puzzle. Before we take off, I call mom and say I love you.
You really felt like you're flying.
Yeah.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun
Well,
in
I
the
know
sky,
that.
you know how
What?
I feel.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel.
I see.
Sun in the sky, you know how I feel.
Flight with us today, and we thank you for choosing EasyJet. On behalf of Big Thank you.
That's track 2.
That was really, really cool. It
Yeah.
took for a second. I'm like, that's Feeling Good by Nina Simone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. It's like, birds flying high. You know how I
He sung
feel.
it in a totally different way.
Yeah, he
so
just,
it's,
he didn't
but
sing
it fit the overall atmosphere of that song with the guitar and the kind of swelling. And
Yes, there was those weird swells coming in, and I did like that line about David Attenborough.
And what about I really like the, from up here, lakes look like puddles or something
That was
like that.
that. This is
those are the vivid lines that make you think, like you get really in the mindset.
Yeah,
of,
from
where he's
here,
writing from.
from up here, the lake is puddles. The land unfold brown and green. It's a quiet puzzle.
Yeah, like
that's fucking great.
Just great lines,
Yeah.
great poetry. Track number 3, Sound Check.
I will not be in sound check. I will not be in the green room if it's too lit. Could be at the local greasy spoon or Szechuan establishment. Shower on, weed sauna. I will not be in
awesome.
sound check, but I might check in to keep them honest. My face is the mask. Developed the photograph, but something just wasn't quite. I will not be in sound check.
That's like his
Might
thing,
watch
eh?
the sunset over your city from a parapet or a park bench. Every victory, fear it. Every live show, forget the lyric.
The scratching, eh? Crickling.
Make sure the mic's right, like Phil Jackson in 9-6. Show up the doors.
That's great. That's a great line.
Plugs in this town, I get right with. My DJ scratch the records like lice in it. Season best, I'm in a telly sock with hot rice in it. Lauryn Hill, fuck your curfew, come and chill. JLA, talk the whole set, kill it still. Then after my set, you might as well go ahead shut it down. Cause ain't nobody else gonna burn it down like I burn it down.
Yeah, some great bars on that.
This is really good. I can see why this would be your favorite. I haven't heard the rest yet, though.
Every live show, forget
I
the
love
lyric.
the make sure the mic's right, like Phil Jackson in 9-6.
Yeah.
Show up for doors, grab a couple Coors, then I might dip.
Love that.
The rattling.
No, just he just three or four little dings on the ride cymbal on the bell. Bring, bring.
Adds a little bit of chaos to it.
Yeah, and there's that synth that goes in, it comes in, and then he just pulls the synth right out, and you can feel that whole synth disappear, and the chaos is gone.
I just fucking love that song lyrically, though. Like about I'm not going to be at sound check. Fuck the green room if it's lit. I'm going to be at the
Greasy
the
spoon or a Szechuan
or a Szechuan
establishment.
I'm going to watch the sunset from a park bench. Just that whole vibe on this track.
Yeah.
I fell in love with it. This is the song that got me into this record.
Yeah, no, this one was really, really cool.
Track 4, Rapper Weed.
5.
Yeah.
The strange name was just a string of numbers. Blockchain, throw it on the pile with the others. Blue flame like the oven. Weed lube, weed butter.
Weed
Don't get
lube.
confused. Slurp noodles out of clear soup. Delivery fee is oof. My guy won't lie, them shits through the roof. Aromatherapy in the stool. Lavender diffused in the booth. Tupac with the pressed juice and therapy. Tuesdays at 2.
Fucking beat goes.
Yeah,
the beat
great.
goes hard, man.
And that piano.
Colorful packaging, Pac-Man, fly like gold on Africans. Cover my tracks with acronyms.
Do you get
Gold
that,
on Africans, cover my tracks
like
with backronyms.
on tour type
Tracks
feel?
like
Yes.
Talking about
Almost
slurping
in the
noodles
black
out of clear
calculus.
soup and In-N-Out
But it's my
burgers.
time.
and-
Yeah.
You
know?
know, the hat just throw me in when the fire's good and crackling.
Okay, that is that's Rapper Weed.
That was good too, man.
Yeah, no, I love that one.
Yeah.
I love the opening bar. like of just that beautiful drums, beautiful piano sample. It's like that 72 degrees and sunny.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that track on Man on the Moon 1. I used to love that song. I still love it, but Higher with King Chip or Chip the Ripper.
Oh yeah.
Where they were like talking, it's like, oh, it's easy. It's a Sunday morning. We're chilling. We're smoking here. Sun's out. It's beautiful. Nice cold. Kids are going to school.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Kids are going to.
Like I love that.
Yeah.
It gave me that same vibe.
That same vibe.
The Strains name was just a string of numbers blockchain.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got that.
No.
Well, because you know how weed strains have fucking weird names now.
Yeah.
Like, especially like, I don't know if you've been to the weed shop. They got
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
the weirdest names, but
Purple.
just a string of numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
Blockchain is like blockchain.
Yeah,
It's,
like the
Bitcoin.
coin. Yeah,
and all that shit. And
Yeah, yeah.
cryptocurrency. It's just numbers.
Algorithms?
So, yeah, the strain's name was just a string of numbers, blockchain. Throw it in the pile with the others, blue flame, like the oven.
Yeah.
Like I fucking weed lubes.
I
weed butter.
that's what I want to know. Is there weed lube? There must
is,
be.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you never.
So
have,
my dick gets stoned.
Yeah.
Does it get limp or does it?
I don't know. I've never actually used it.
Oh, you haven't used it?
But I've heard of it, yeah. And weed butter is another thing. There's some other bars coming up I'm excited for you to hear, but just like that on tour traveling type of thing.
Yeah.
You'll get more plane references, more traveling bus, car references throughout.
You know,
the
this
record.
reminds me of food. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you the reason why is that when you said travel, I thought it's going to be right out saying I'm getting on a plane, I'm going here and there.
No, but it's abstract.
It's exactly.
Yeah, he
that's,
talks about it in a very abstract way.
That's what I like.
Track number 5, Blue Smoke.
Somebody's got an upright.
Over time, symbols eclipse the things they symbolize. I sympathize, but read the contract before you sign, son. Shouldn't be surprised. Don't let me catch you unsupervised. Pushing every button, just remember it's no rewind. Got ages narrowed, their eyes frustrated, asking to be reassigned. Been on this N-word for months. I think it's all just rhymes. Freshman, Thai basil, pickle, watermelon rhyme. Julienne scallions and other alliums
Get hungry.
Peppermill one grind.
I might let this one
Nah,
transition
when
to
she
the
said
next
she
track.
cook next time.
Oh no, actually no. There wasn't a crazy transition. I thought there was.
That was too short for me.
Yeah,
That was really, really short.
Yeah, these next couple ones are short. Like this next one coming up is a minute long.
Yeah.
Which I'll probably let this one play into the next track. But yeah, fucking just spitting over top of that jazz sample.
Oh man, and then
and the drums.
and then then it just and then
yeah,
straight back down. Eh?
Yeah, no, it was a great track.
The flow and the lyricism is, it's twisting things and putting them in a different way, the way that MF Doom did.
Yeah,
right?
you wouldn't. Yeah, ways that keep you interested. Really.
Exactly. Yeah,
Because
and make you think and go, okay, I got to look at that again.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Track 6 is Bad Dreams Are Only Dreams. It's a minute long. And
Oh,
then
shit.
we'll go into track 7, which is Babylon by Bus.
Jet lag, I can't quite grab the new me. Old self dozing in an aisle seat. Thoughts of cinder blocks. Alarm clocks break spells. Crashed out. Search for my own black box in the hills. Half sleep, the halo. Dead on my feet.
You know, if you would have just played me this track here
Yeah.
and didn't say anything, I would think that he's a part of Odd Future.
Or something.
I would think like he's just his flow gives me I don't know why, just my thoughts, but Earl,
Yeah.
my Earl feel.
I wonder if Earl was influenced by him. I'm not sure. I'd have to look into that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Billy Woods has been making stuff since the early 2000s. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Earl has some influence. But yeah, the flow. I get what you mean.
yeah, I felt Earl on that. I felt a bit of Tyler.
I really like the lyricism on that one though. Like kind of going deep into very introspective about your brain and dreams and just being in a different state of consciousness, like with dreaming. Like he said, when he says left him in the aisle seat of the Emirates, that's like the expensive plane thing. I'm assuming he's talking about like himself. I don't think he means someone else.
Someone else, yeah.
So some cool stuff to dive into on that one for sure.
And then when he says he's talking about himself, I guess he's talking about his age. Their old self dozing in the aisle seat. He's realizing he's older, right?
Yeah, no. So there's some really cool stuff to dissect on
Yeah.
that. But we'll go to the next track.
Babylon by bus, no tag-alongs, just a marathon trying to run it up. Pissing in a bottle, lamppost adorned with the missing. Listen, I'm not swimming in the Mars. I knew the time was borrowed.
Ooh.
Hey, yo, Stiffs with the blames to celebrate the new wave. Hope a host ain't got himself a 12 gauge. Not a caught a loot game. Playing devil's advocate, now whose game?
Ransom was a decoy, we pinoid and heat wave. Red herring's nest in the Bible Belt. Cash it with the carbine, never can be too safe these days.
Bumper Night Rider, wish we had an Airwolf. Dickhead logic somehow hacked into our Bluetooth.
Move quick, bad news, crew thick. Constellation pump, bad moon, as you through the roof tent.
Rifle on the wall is an icebreaker. All the world's a stage. She came to me in full makeup. Anyone want to be in my life? Got to sign several waivers. I
Fuck,
take
this
care
is
of these
great.
words,
Wow.
much housing by proxy. Somehow beat the top screen. God save the queen, but that train doesn't stop here anymore.
Shit, when those strings came in, holy
Yeah.
crap.
Heavy track. And that's another one that you're going to want to sit down
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the lyrics and kind of dissect every bar. But we won't get into that, like, in this video, because or else we'd be here for 6 hours.
I'm going to read the one thing here. The song samples number 2 of Aphex Twin's Selected Ambient Works Volume 2.
I only know volume 1. So,
So, yeah.
track 8, Year Zero. You ready?
Yeah. Like this already.
I quit looking for solutions. Bought a pistol and learned how to use it. You can't fix stupid. Ape stood and walked into the future. March of progress and hunchback front the computer. Common sense says my ancestors was the worst of the men. First sign of trouble, motherfuckers shimmy right out that human skin.
Fuck, that went hard, eh? Wow.
Again. There's nothing you can do with us. We're fucked up. Fuck. Poison everything we touch.
Low vibration, moral high ground.
He's not here.
Slipping that night like an old bitch nightgown. I ain't trying to hear about later. This is right now.
His voice is higher.
Niggas
Yeah.
ain't got shit like it's nighttime. Danny Brown back like skinny white girls. Bitch, I'm about to flip the script like they just cut the budget. Wildin' out, showing my ass out in public.
I'm amazed at Danny's
You know his
voice.
ass
It's
wasn't.
incredible.
He
when
changes it so much.
Yeah.
Like 20-piece nuggets.
Tell him
Broke
drive
like
through
the
like
ice
20-piece
cream
nuggets. Broke like the ice
You
cream
niggas
machine.
rubbish. I'ma drop the low.
That's such a funny bar.
Yeah.
This is always fucking broken.
It's always broken.
The Fontaine blue. Ain't worried about the hate. I just wonder where the love gone.
Well, that was a really cool surprise.
Yeah, you didn't know Danny was on
That
there.
was-
Did you hear the his signature check?
Yeah, because he.
He talked about it on the podcast with
Yes.
us. He was telling us how that originated.
Yeah.
And now every time I hear it, I think of that, because I always wondered I didn't understand what it was.
Where it came from, yeah.
Yeah, but now I know the story. So really cool to hear Danny on there with some cool bars. He's one of the features that I was familiar with going
Yeah.
into this project.
So really, really high to start this. His voice.
Oh yeah, you know what? It's crazy is Danny had a great verse on there, but I actually think Billy had the better verse out of the two.
I have to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Danny slowed it down.
He brought the tempo down,
Really,
yeah.
really down. But you know what? I like Danny's part because he was fitting into that.
That's very the really slow kind of
Dragging, like a
little bit behind the beat in a way.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whereas Billy was really caught up.
On top of it. Yeah.
So
Whatchamacallit, he was Danny was dragging an anvil along fucking train tracks.
yes, with his verse, and the beat was just so. Kenny kills every fucking beat on here.
Yeah.
Like it's incredible. Track 9, Hangman.
Matisse without the colors, sharp teeth. New lovers suck me deep, heartbeat in my jugular. Mechanical, people paralyzed by the lies they tell they self to make it manageable. I know the count right, but I recount on
That was a great
sleepless
bar.
nights because
All
it's
this, yeah.
tangible.
People paralyzed, that
Any
one.
day could be the day they frog march you in manacles. An ill wind in the trees, saplings bend. That
That tripped
burning
me out.
hand squeezed dead. I'ma keep it real with you, it's the things you can't undo. The past.
I think this album might scare the hoes if you played it.
A little bit.
It's not. Yeah. Not really though. It's got some smooth like
there's some chill stuff to it.
Yeah.
I crack a smile at what you say is the truth.
Yeah, the last couple tracks have been tracks that would scare the hoes, but the earlier part of the album,
no,
pretty chill.
This Danny's and
This song, yeah. But I just love Kenny's production on this whole record.
This is really cool. I don't know what I gotta find out what that sound is.
So if you're black and you're around white folks, don't have too much fun. Just grin a little bit. Don't grin all the time, nigga.
Yeah, another cool track. It is in that more abstract, like it leans heavily into the closer to the industrial style.
I was
hip-hop.
gonna say, yeah.
Not crazy amount, but like
No,
there's a little dabbling in there.
Yeah, definitely. But there's a lot of shit just flying over my head.
Yeah, Kenny Segal though, he's become, just with this record, he's become one of my favorite producers, and I'm excited to dive into his other stuff. Yeah, and go back because this is all I know. Track 10, Baby Steps.
Ooh.
Kansas City, Missouri.
I got shibbies. It's weird how certain frequencies give you that frisson, as they say, in Francais.
Oh yeah, this is a true
I'm not
story
gonna be
here.
able to do it. I actually took a $300 Uber to a show and sleep in the back like Future might as well be a Maybach. Showed up with nothing but a computer, let's go. I don't check in, but if you feel a disturbance in the force, you already know. Something wicked in the wind, just picture me sitting with the pen in a cloud of smoke. Oxtail and lemongrass steak still bleeding. Cocktails and cake tears, it's always wedding season. Breasts out for the feeding, feeling vulgar, large areolas bite like I'm teething.
Yes,
I love that first verse so much.
That was a fire verse, man.
And the Uber story is actually true.
Is it?
His
Yeah.
agent didn't know how far away the airport was from the show, so he
300?
took a 300 and something.
And he felt like
Uber
Future in a
Maybach.
Maybach.
And then talking about the like going detail into the oxtail pho.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that he said pho properly.
Yeah.
He didn't say
steak still bleeding.
Yeah.
It's crazy how he described it. I was like, my mouth was
hungry.
watering. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, I might get pho tonight.
I'm on a quiet block after dark, banging on a noise. The Abyssinians pay no mind, some sleep. The blessing blocker, the constant gardener. He spit the alpha, the backwoods cracked up, jump start.
Man, I'll tell you,
scabs and scars, no veins to spike.
Just the sound, just the production of the sound, the beds, the sounds alone are just phenomenal.
Yeah, price of admission.
Yeah,
that's what you would call it.
Yeah.
I do it. You got something for me.
This is like, wow.
Yeah, so that one is one of my favorite Billy Woods verses that I've heard. I just love the. It is a true story about him. I guess his touring agent or whoever, booked him a show, but didn't really think about how he's gonna get there.
Yeah.
And it was like fucking far from wherever he landed. So
that's wild.
So he had to pay like $320. I think it was $320 for an Uber.
Yeah.
But then that to create that line to start the verse and then going in detail about the pho, I just love that verse, and the production just ominous, heavy, really cool.
You know, this song here it makes me think of like the touring, like a touring independent musician.
Yes,
like
which he is.
Yeah, because like the cool lines. Okay, first off, I gotta say Kansas City, Missouri to Lincoln, Nebraska, 10-hour layover in Chicago. I don't know, man. Your call. I'm not gonna be able to do it.
Yeah.
So, anyways, obviously they stop somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Takes a $300 Uber to the show, then shows up with nothing but a computer. I fucking love that. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? You know, like it's no big tour manager and all that shit.
And getting so descriptive about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
It makes you feel like you're kind of there with him, experiencing all this. Track 11, The Layover.
Oh. Fuck, I love when something they start hard, eh?
So I'm saying, Kenny, man, he's a fucking.
I already knew the options was lose-lose, baby, that's nothing new. That just make it easier to choose. It's up to you. In all candor, I got 1 foot in your grave. Light work by lantern, I still call it shovel a spade. Giant panda, big grass all in my face. Big jaw when you donate my brain. Spicy chili oil, let that bad boy marinate. No reservations, walked in like Bourdain.
I just fucking love this. Yeah, I love the shout out to the parts unknown, Bourdain, just the food.
They came all the same, eyes begging for something for the pain. In all candor, I got 1 foot in your grave.
This is a good fucking track.
By lantern, I still call it shovel a spade. Giant panda, big grass all in my face. Walking with the panther, going back to Cali, Deion Sanders, and I'm going back the other way.
Yeah, great sample, great instrumental just in general,
Yeah.
and then his flow over top of that.
There is so much to dissect in this track,
Yeah.
man. Look at that. That's killer.
Yeah, cool way to end it. One of my favorite tracks on here, just lyrically and his flow, honestly. Like, the lyricism is great, but I like his slower stuff when it almost sounds like spoken word.
Yeah.
But when he speeds up and does something like that, where it's
Yeah.
like it's real fast, it's exciting.
It must feel. I'm mouthing it now, like as I'm going through, right?
Yeah.
Parts unknown. It must feel so fucking good being on stage,
Performing that.
performing that, like from your heart, your words that you've written, and it's coming out like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It must
yeah.
be like. Oh man, I put it to like playing the drums or when I'm playing lead or I'm playing a bass line, you know, and you're really in that pocket with a bunch of other people.
Your voice is truly an instrument when you're on stage rapping like that.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
you've just got a laptop and you're the soloist, right?
Yeah, it's
But
fantastic.
That was fantastic.
Track 12, FaceTime.
Ready to die, it's no biggie. No surprise, no pity.
That was
Live
cool.
A couple lives, go ahead and slide. Hope I take a couple with me. Play stupid games, you flying EasyJet, Bratislava to Utrecht.
EasyJet's the fucking shitty.
This is the budget.
Neck. FaceTime decline. I'm trying to live in the moment like death row. The sunset in the desert, red glow, redness in the west. I sip Mexico's best slow.
Man, that set a mood
Right away.
right away. This is definitely different here, eh?
Yeah.
3 oboes, 1 clarinet. Black rainbows, the night wet. The room smell like Marrakesh. Ass cheeks and cheekbones. Lips slightly parted, butter wouldn't melt. I gave her margarine. I'm looking like the help or someone who just wandered in. I'm thinking about you when I'm supposed to be thinking about other things. I don't go to sleep, I tread water till I sink.
A really cool concept track about just, being on the road, being able to
It
talk
is.
to family and stuff.
This is cool. Like,
I mean, how many times do I FaceTime you when I'm out traveling?
yeah, all the time. Yeah. So I didn't feel, strangely, I feel right at home on my own. But we did feel together. I really liked the Samuel T. Herring part.
Yeah,
It freaked me out at first.
Did it? Why?
Well, I didn't know if it was...
there hasn't been any.
There hasn't been,
choruses
yeah,
really
like that. And I
Yeah.
was like, whoa, is he singing? Is he talking? What's he doing? And then continental breakfast, stick and weave, tuck and roll.
Yeah,
Then you get that groove of it, right?
Yeah, that's one of my favorites on here. Actually, a lot of these songs are my favorites, to be honest. Feel like I've been saying that every track.
Yeah,
but
it's your favorite album.
I like it, and it's my album of 2024, even though it came out last year. I'm going to say it's my album of the year right now. No, track 13, Agriculture.
Oh my God, it sounds like the beginning of Mr. Rogers. Welcome, children. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. It's a wonderful day in the...
Lit the lamp boil before the sun rise. Before sparrow cry from thistle, the kettle boil before it whistle, the sky bleed purple. But my hands been dirty since before I could grasp time. Before we had new names, before we was new in our own eyes. Stooped in the coop gathering eggs. Traded some to the neighbor for fresh bread. I say I'm at peace, but it's still that same dread. It's still things we never saw, but I don't want to see more. I let the dog out the screen door.
So I'm gonna let this one transition into the next one.
I liked that.
Which is Houdini. This is track 14, Houdini.
Gonna need more weed. Day off, big vibes, big ideas, still have to kick the ties. The kick was wide, time expired. I fell out, wasn't even tired. I'm at a Costco in the Midwest with a pocket full of small bills, folded like tacos, Barato, El Chapo, and it's time to head for the hills. Was high all day.
That first verse is another one of my favorite verses.
I was high all day. I escaped.
This
I was
is
high all
so
day.
so peaceful. I feel the escape. You know what I mean?
I was high all day. I escaped.
I guess you get the reference
was high
to
all day.
Houdini.
Yeah.
I escaped. Yeah, so those two tracks, I let them play into each other because they naturally flow. I love Houdini because it's a real chill track. It's a nice,
very chill. Yeah,
breath of fresh air, and you feel like you're. He references fireflies and nighttime and fire and stuff. So I picture, I don't know, I might be completely wrong, but I picture the Midwest or of the States or somewhere where because we don't get fireflies here in the city.
No.
Him experiencing other parts of the world.
Yeah.
And then referencing it in different ways is just each track he seems to find a new way to bring you there. Track 15. Waiting around.
100 hours of balsam and cedar away to follow the leader who ain't just follow procedure. I'm saying I was drawing and painting, recording songs in my bedroom, stuff I could never have conjured inside some alternate venue. Using music to confront the gunk that's gumming up as engines. I ain't judging, I ain't nothing if not buffing out a blemish.
Fuck, he's great.
Oh, I love
I'm really not some fish out of water as I don't practice a discipline you can fit on the altar. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we got a nice chorus on this one.
In Bruges with time.
Holy shit.
Hold up somewhere, they had to move. My room had a view. Framboise, ginger root, mussels and palm frites, confit leaks, feast like congies, harvest, expatriate.
Fuck, it's great. More food, eh? I'm hungry.
Congee, porridge, took a seat, immediately smell weed. We smoked outside in the darkness of the eve. From the tiny balcony, I watched my planes leave.
Great fills, eh?
Two great verses.
Great, yeah. Aesop was like, fucking.
I love him. Yeah, we got to cover one of his records.
That was great. That was great. Waiting Around is
between the chorus and the two verses.
Yeah,
just, phenomenal track. They both brought their A game, lyricism. Another one where I think, as much as I love, the feature, I think Billy Woods had the better verse. I think on every feature he has, I think he has the better performance.
But I gotta say, I really enjoyed Aesop. I actually really got moving
with his flow.
With his flow, I really started actually moving like my body. Right.
Track 16, NYC Tap Water.
Lack the minerals and vitamins. One sip of New York City tap water, I'm back dialed in. Survivor's guilt with the side of buyer's remorse. I'm home, but my mind be wandering off.
Survivor's guilt with a side of buyer's remorse. He's back at home. It's great lines.
Sometimes I don't tell anyone I'm back around. Just lay low, crack a fresh pound. The cat missed me the most, purring loud on my lap. Through the peephole, I see new people going up and down the stairs. New buildings just
he's looking.
I might have seen Don Cheadle, cookies and runs everywhere. Dr. Chicken off the block, guy needs rice and peas. Cops ride
he likes his food.
He does.
He likes his food.
Stop and frisk, it's cameras everywhere, and they got your IG feed. Don't get it twisted, boy. The city wicked, it'll crush you with its feet.
So this is kind of the return home part of the
going back to New
he's
York
back
City.
in New York City. I mean, this whole song is back in being back in New York City. Beautiful sample choices.
Great. Yeah. The keys are fantastic. I love how he lyrically paints that picture. I'm going through the whole thing. I picture the apartment packed with way too much stuff. The guy not really recognizing him.
Yeah.
All of that, and then the packed lasted 3 days. Azithromycin. That's like the pack of antibiotics, right?
Yeah.
I guess
survivor's guilt. And Survivor's remorse.
Yeah, that was really cool. That was survivor's guilt with a side of buyer's remorse. How the fuck did I escape them claws? Survivor's guilt with a side of buyer's remorse. This plays off the previous lines, including the panhandler and the guy grinding his jaw on drugs. The way Woods grew up in New York City, either of these were an expected outcome. The crabs in the bucket line refers to how easy it is to get caught up in the negative lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Yet he escaped the claws. He has survivor's guilt, since a lot of his friends ended up like the other people he described.
Yeah.
But he also has buyer's remorse because it may have been easier to slip into a negative lifestyle than to deal with the hard work, travel, and still difficult life in New York that he has to deal with now.
So it's the two of them.
Two of them, yeah. That's fucking great, eh?
Great lines.
Great lines.
And there's so much more to dissect. I really want you to, I'm glad you like this album.
Yeah.
So I do want you to check out, give it a couple re-listens, but we'll get to the last track here. It's titled As the Crow Flies. So track 17, As the Crow Flies.
Everybody cooking, I'm just cleaning up my kitchen. Empty in the fridge, bleaching counters, sweeping corners. The Wi-Fi's weak, smoke detector beeps. In between the takes, I rap like good daddy. Sweating out my silk shirt, asking what's the real work.
I love this production.
Yeah.
I'm in the park with the baby on the swings when it hits me crazy. Anything at all could happen to him. Tear-streaked apologies, bald fists. It's a trip that this is something we did. I kiss her on the lips. I watch him grow, wondering how long I got to live.
So I kind of look at those two tracks, the New York City Tap Water and As the Crow Flies, kind of like they go hand in hand, similar to the Houdini track and Agriculture.
Yeah.
To me, those are like they go hand in hand as the closer because they fit really well
together.
That return home, and then Billy's going kind of introspective about it, his kid and his life in New York, and that's the album. I hope you liked it because it's one that I've had on repeat lately, and it's like I said, it's the first Billy Woods album I've heard. It's the first time I've heard Kenny Segal production. And
Segal's fire too, man. Wow.
Fantastic on the production side. And this was one album that I'm like, it's probably not going to do crazy on YouTube. Like you said, nobody's been requesting it.
Yeah.
But I came across it. It's not something that I discovered and fucking nobody knows about it. Like it's people loved it last year when it came out. People were talking about it, but it doesn't have the big mainstream appeal, understandably so. It's got that abstract underground.
Well, that's
hip-hop production.
It's probably like Aesop's probably in that.
He's in that as well. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know how many people are watching this, but if you did watch it, I really appreciate it because this album it means a lot to me right now, and I'm excited to dive into more Billy Woods. So if you got any Billy Woods information and lore or whatever you want to say, drop it in the comments because I will be reading every comment on this video specifically. Do you have any final words about this record?
Well, first off, it surprised me because I didn't know what we're doing today.
Yeah.
And it was a welcoming surprise because it gave me another look at what MF Doom does. Like in terms of the way he lyrically puts things together. You said it was going to be about traveling. It wasn't literal. It wasn't like I'm a traveling man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All that kind of thing. And it makes me sometimes question my intelligence. And I don't mean that but it's like the way he writes is there's a lot of thought
Oh, 100%.
There's a lot of thought. You know what I mean? There's like, you're thinking about it and you're sitting there probably scratching that pen and paper that, you know.
Yeah, for hours.
And then you're
probably,
like, yeah, no, I'm going to redo this. I'm going to redo that, right? So it gets you thinking. This is one of the artists I would love to see in a small venue, like I said before, but I'd like to see in a smaller venue where he's just there and you're probably 400, 500 people.
Yeah, and this isn't Billy is an artist that I wouldn't mind seeing just with his laptop and a DJ.
Yeah,
I'd be there for his vocals and his rapping performance. Like, sometimes we say, "Oh man, this artist
needs
would be
a band."
Great with a great band.
I fully agree with you on that. It could be just the laptop
Yeah.
and him on a chair or standing.
Yeah, and it would be great.
Yeah.
But anyway, I had a lot of fun this afternoon. I hope you had fun.
I had fun.
And I hope you guys had fun. And if this is your first time listening to the record, go give it a listen in its entirety without us talking, because it's fantastic. And I slept on it last year. Take care, guys. We'll see you soon. Much love and peace.